So good afternoon, everyone. It's really an honor to be here. Washington, D.C. is one of my favorite cities, largely because it draws to its center people who are eager and who are willing to make a difference, like all of you. So I'm very, very excited to meet all of you if I haven't already. So I'd like to start out by making a disclaimer in that my particular profession, which I just started, having graduated in June from Stanford, has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with strengthening the family in the same way, at least, that my other fellow presenters are. I'm a consultant for one of the big four, but one thing that really drew me to this kind of conference is that I am so passionate about the values of marriage, family, and sexual integrity that I think it is so important for those of us who are not even necessarily directly related to issues of the family, but to really spend the time and effort to rebuild what is the most basic and most important unit of society, right? So today, I'm here to talk to you about the youth's perspective on how we can promote awareness, attitudes, and policies that strengthen family formation and cohesion. That really is a multi-million-dollar question, which I've been asked to answer under 10 minutes. So, my answer. In order to strengthen families, we must rediscover the beauty of sexual intimacy as the sign of the complete and self-giving love between spouses. It's quite a mouthful. But basically, that's what I mean when I say sexual integrity. We all focus on marriage and family, but we sometimes fail to talk about sexual integrity for whatever reason. It might be because it's controversial, it's very, very personal, but we can't ignore that third pillar, right? So let me dive a little bit into this detail. We live in a society in which sex is loveless, hookups are rampant, clothes are too tight, pornography is so profitable, and so much more. The youth are particularly susceptible to these lies of the sexual revolution. Now more than ever before, as Colette has mentioned, millennials are most likely to delay marriage. We believe more in becoming parents than we believe in marriage, but the two cannot be divorced, and the two cannot be divorced from sexual integrity. Our society is unfortunately one in which brokenness abounds, and love for many has remained an elusive concept. But love, as we all know, a love that is complete, total, and selfless between a man and a woman committed to each other for life, is really the key ingredient to the formation and the sustainability of strong families. So the three key ways in which we can rediscover the beauty of human sexuality as it relates to both marriage and family are the following. First, we must work to promote and improve the dating culture in universities. The second is that we should work to improve the portrayal of human sexuality in the media. And the third is that we should work to foster self-giving and sacrificial love in our homes and in our own families, as Zana just mentioned. So really the first area, so the improvement of the dating culture in universities, is absolutely crucial. Culturally, the college experience is synonymous with a lack of committed relationships and rampant hookups. I don't know, many of you, I don't know how long ago or how soon, you guys have, graduated from the university, but I can assure you that it is, that a typical Friday night does not typically involve a nice date at a restaurant. It involves meeting someone strange at a party after having consumed one too many drinks and then proceeding to your particular dorm room. Many students have their first sexual experiences in college, and the majority of these experiences are loveless. So the university officials can incorporate seminars and workshops regarding meaningful relationships into their health and wellness initiatives. Nowhere have I seen have family and humans and healthy human sexuality have been a key component in these health and wellness initiatives. Why would we ignore it when that's so important? The second is that college students can start groups like the Anscombe Society that seek to promote these values through discussion as well as activities that can supplant the casual hookup on a Friday night. The second area that I mentioned is the rediscovery of more meaningful human sexualities in the realm of the media, right? So those of us who are media professionals should evaluate how we portray human sexuality. And as media consumers, we should be judicious in choosing which movies and TV shows, music, etc., that we choose to listen, watch, and patronize in general. It's not because we want to be prudish, but because we want our regard for human sexuality and love not to be undermined by the repeated exposure to degrading portrayals of sex in the human body. And the third and final area in which we can rediscover the truth of human sexuality as it relates to marriage and family is, I think, the most important, and I think it's in our own homes and in our own families. So those of you who have families of your own, I encourage you to set a good example for those of us who have yet to form our own families. I encourage you to inspire us with a love for your spouse, manifested in the everyday circumstances of your lives. Donna mentioned the family dinner. These things such as taking out the trash with a smile, to withholding a criticism, to going on periodic dates with one another. Show your children that you love each other, right? Help renew the appeal of lifelong married love, especially for my generation. Show us what we're missing if we continue to succumb to the lies of the sexual revolution. Show us that human sexuality means so much more than an entertaining Friday night. Show us that human sexuality is really a great sign for your great love for one another. So this area, I guess, is kind of the most common sense, and it might be almost counterintuitive to people who are involved in policy making. But I think it is the most important because it's very personal. It's unlike any other policy issue really that's out there. It's very much an amalgamation of the individual choices we make every day. And to conclude, I'd like to emphasize that loving families do not begin at the moment the I do's are said, right? They begin with individuals strong in their hopes for marriage, for family, and for sexual integrity. Thank you, and I hope to meet you soon.